We're here on a tour of kibbutz near Oz, which is a community that was one of the worst hit communities on the massacre of October 7th, the southern Israeli community. It's just about 2 miles from the Gaza border that was heavily infiltrated. There's some 400 people who lived in the kibbutz before October 7th. 100 of them were murdered, who were taken as hostages inside the Gaza Strip. I'm outside one of the houses, it just completely burned. Behind me, this fence over here, staring straight into Gaza. Here in what used to be the community dining room for this community of some 400 people. Half of it is attempted to burn. Blood stains on the ground. There's no electricity at this point inside. It's just the smell of flesh, of death, of rotting food. Because this was a community that it took some time for people also to get inside, for forces to get inside. Really tremendously horrible smell of death and destruction, burning, fires. This is the scent that follows much of the kibbutz. In this community, members of Hamas, and they weren't able to get access to some of the houses, burn the houses with residents inside. Just see the extensive damage from these fires. Littering what used to be a peaceful, quiet community, but right on the border with Gaza. That's Gaza, you can see in the distance, 2 minarets coming out of a mosque. We spoke to a mother from this community whose 2 children were taken as hostages into the Gaza Strip. This is the window behind me of their safe room that the son texted the mom saying that they had escaped through the window and ran to the bushes of the kibbutz. But as you can see, these bushes right here, that's that border fence again, so near the Gaza border. As we're touring here and looking through the wreckage of what was left of October 7th, in the distance, we can still hear the sounds, the booms of Israeli military who are operating inside the Gaza Strip as Israel's ground operation is entering a next phase. From here, you can clearly hear the sounds of war in a community that's still reeling from the wreckage of what happened on October 7th.
הרקע שחור הזה, תראה.
לא, בעמידה נעשה את זה, בעמידה.
מה אתה רוצה להשתדע?
לא, ישאלו לך באוזניה, מראיין. הוא יראיין אותך.
שמעתי בשני. וזה
הנה, עכשיו שומעים.
This is the safe room where the woman we spoke to's children were hiding inside. This is the window that she says her children escaped from. This was the last time she heard from her children, telling them that they were escaping through the safe room's window into the bushes. The son telling his mom to be safe, to be quiet, and that he loved her. You see the stories, we've heard the stories, we've seen the videos that are happening that take place since October 7th and all the testimonies that come out about the true horrors that happen in these southern Israeli communities. But to see it here for your own eyes, to see all the family homes, the evidence of family life that's just been completely destroyed, absolutely, completely destroyed and butchered. So we're on a tour here with journalists to cover what happens in Nir Or. This is a tour that's organized by the Israeli government, featuring the stories of victims, of families. I've been telling that story about the mom whose kids, the last time she heard from them, they jumped through the window. And just to see the pain on this woman's voice, to hear her pain, but also just the fact that she has to come here and also speak in front of all these journalists and be paraded around. Basically, there are like probably 50 journalists here that she has to tell the story of her horror every mother's worst nightmare. And she has to tell this story over and over and over again because there are still people around the world who don't believe what happened here, who still want to cast doubt on the horrors that happened here on October 7th.